Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going through the 4-4-2 first variation formation on FIFA 21. I am going to be releasing the second variation tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe, as not only it helps the channel grow, you're also not going to miss out on that. Anyway, let's get into the tactics. So the 4-4-2 formation itself is extremely balanced, so I either recommend using a defensive preset or an attacking preset. I recommend using an attacking one because the 4-4-2 second, which like I said is coming out tomorrow, is a more defensive one. So, defensive style balance, width 5 and depth 5. Now, like I said, is extremely balanced. We do want to, pocket their wingers and left mids and right mids, but we also want to support our centre backs in defence, covering against their strikers, and depth is all up to you. Now, if you are slightly more confident, up into 6, I would not go above that, and if you're slightly less confident, down into 4, I wouldn't go below that. Our offensive style is going to be balanced. Now, for me, this is the most made to offensive style post-patch, but for you, you might like to thread a ball through their defence, increase the opportunity of having a one-on-one situation. In that case, use long ball, and if you know you're slightly worse, like to sit back here on the counter attack, then fast speed up is for you. Our width for our attacking style is going to be 6. We do want to exploit them wide areas, get our strikers in the box and whip a ball into them. Players in the box is also going to be 6. Now I recommend 6, but like I said, if you have a slightly lower depth because you're not as confident, down into 5, but for me, 6 is perfect. Our corners are going to be 3, guys. If you just want a corner, we want to make the most of that opportunity. There's no point winning a corner and not chucking your men forwards. And for our free kicks, it's going to be 1. I do like to shoot on free kicks, and I'm sure you do too. Again, it's the 4-4-2 first variation. I am going to do the 4-4-2 second tomorrow, so like I said, make sure to like and subscribe so you do not miss that. And also comment down below what formation you want me to do next. Instructions: Mbappe, our striker, and Werner, our striker, are both going to have the same. Stay central, mixed attack, normal interceptions, and stay forward. Now, the only thing you can change on this is your attacking runs. If you do like to get in behind, use getting behind, and if you're using long ball, then I recommend that. But if you like me, like to be a bit more unpredictable, then use mixed attack. And for Werner, I'm also going to have the same. Moving on to our centre mids, they're both going to have different. The slightly more defending one's going to have stay back, default cover centre, and our slightly more attacking centre mid, aka Maradona in this situation, is going to have everything balanced, get in box, default. Now, cover wing doesn't necessarily mean he's only going to cover the wing. It basically means if Rashford or Gnabry are out of position, they're going to be there to cover for them. Moving on to Rashford and Gnabry, they're both going to have the same again. They're both going to have comeback on defence, cut inside, default, get into box, and default. Now, comeback on defence is crucial with our left mids and right mids, and you'll see why now. As you can see, our fullbacks are going to have balance. I'd usually say stay back while attacking, but the 4-4-2 is completely different. If our strikers are going up the pitch, good for them. But if our fullbacks are going to run up the pitch, then that's really good. That will mean Rashford and Gnabry are going to cover for them. Hence why we have come back on defence, if that makes sense. Koundé and Varane, our 2 centre-backs, again, default, nothing's changed there. And for our goalkeeper, if you do not already, I really recommend it. I recommend comes to crosses and super keeper. It basically means your goalkeeper is going to play far more aggressive, punching the ball out on corners, catching the ball, even slide tackling their attacker when he's running in behind our defence. And it's basically going to save you a lot of goals. I really recommend it. Anyway guys, that's the instructions and tactics for the 4-4-2 first. If you did like the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and I can't say enough, it's really helpful. Anyway guys, that's enough of that. Have a nice day, have a nice week, and goodbye.